In Southeast Asia, the economic toll continues to rise following some of the deadliest storms to hit the region this year. In Malaysia, authorities have had to close down roads due to torrential rains. Shipping operations have also been suspended at several key ports. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, more than 1.8 million people have been affected by Typhoon Rai, which slammed into the archipelago nation last week. Nearly 400 people have been killed and 630,000 have been had to flee their homes. The government's response to the disaster has been hampered as its coffers run dry from dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic.
This COVID depleted our funds, so we are trying to see how much we can raise so that we can marshal it to get to the areas affected.
For more on this, we're joined by Phar Kim Beng in Kuala Lumpur. He's the founder and CEO of the Strategic Pan Indo-Pacific Arena. Many thanks for being with us today, Phar. Typhoon Rai has claimed at least 375 lives, and unfortunately it's been reminiscent of Super Typhoon Haiyan. I mean, we've seen the human cost of it, but what about the economic impact? What are the estimates pointing at for now?
Well, the impact is definitely devastating because the force and the strength of the typhoon was almost at 235 kilometers per hour. So that's one of the strongest typhoons to have ever hit the Philippines, especially the southern part of the Philippines. Typhoons can occasionally hit other sections of the country, but on this particular occasion, it was coming right from the south. And given the devastation and the very challenging geographical terrain, it's very difficult to make a precise estimate, except in places such as General Santos.
I mean, are you concerned about the long-term struggles that also might arise from this devastation to sectors such as education, but also food security? We've seen a lot of schools being destroyed as a consequence. What needs to be done now? What are the priorities?
Personally, I'm more concerned about the possibility that the peace agreement in Mindanao or the semi-autonomous area that has been divided from the larger Mindanao will suffer another major setback, because one of the key criteria of maintaining the strength and the durability of the peace agreement is that there will be constant economic opportunities and growth that will not trigger the loss of another generation. What just happened a few days ago is actually a total reversal of all those progresses that have been made.
Right. Also, one question on Malaysia, because what's happening to the country's economy right now? I mean, we've seen storms there too over the weekend, and that's on top of another big problem, which is the global chip shortage. We know the country is a major chip testing and electronics hub. What's the outlook of the country's economy going into next year?
Prior to the huge precipitation or rain, annually Malaysia has about 2,400 millimeters of rain per year. But over the last few days, all of a sudden, the precipitation was about 2,400 millimeters too. And that caught the government and all the civil society completely by surprise. But there was another reason why we were completely taken aback, because such large rainfall does not happen around this time of the year. It's already December, heading towards the end of 2022. And usually that's when people are very calm and waiting for the arrival of Christmas and other year-end festivity. But on this particular occasion, the rainfall was huge and hit the center of the Malaysian capital. which is still 25 to 30% of Malaysia's GDP.
Right, Phar Kim Beng, thank you very much for this analysis. Unfortunately, this having a lot to do with climate change. Thanks for being with us.